What's good, everybody? We got some more UFC 5 gameplay featuring myself versus RomeroXVII. This time, I'm going to be using Jose Aldo. Those of you who have followed me on this channel for quite some time, y'all know how I rock with Aldo. And we're going against RomeroXVII's Ilia Topuria. Now, Ilia Topuria, he has a level 5 snap jab. And a lot of players were wondering after seeing the video, they're like, oh, was the jab changed for everybody overall, or just a regular jab? So Marshall brought it up in the video, but the snap jab hadn't been nerfed yet. The regular jab that Aldo had was nerfed. There was obviously other concerns with the gameplay and whatnot, mainly regarding the stamina. But what I'll tell you is that this is the fight that made EA go and say, yeah, the stamina is too high. So it was good for them to see when the game is played at a high level how very forgiving the stamina really was. And I think that's always an important thing to show people, because the thing is, when you have a casual audience that's playing, right, they're going to be throwing overhands, head kicks, body kicks, all these big lunging, looping strikes, and they'll probably gas out even with this much stamina. But with the way the short-term and long-term stamina work, if you guys have seen my stamina management video, this is it's very forgiving with the stamina, and I'm pretty happy that this fight was able to kind of show them that, yeah, it's pretty forgiving. However, it didn't stop it from being a great fight, and we're gonna go take a watch at it here, and I'll try to break down a little bit of my thought process as I was playing Marshall.
Jabs really quickly. You're gonna have to adjust to that a little bit. Right there, I'm throwing a combination that Topuria is known for, but I get rocked. Beautiful rock by Anthony Romero. He's trying to get me out of there. I'm able to move my head and survive that one. And let me tell you, man, it gets worse.
Homie dropped my whole government name, though. It's all good. It's all good. Ain't no problem with that. Everybody knows who I am. Bro, the walkouts are clean. Ilia Topuria. Now, he was recently added to UFC 4, so he got the benefit of all his tattoos. He has a nasty one. Topuria does have a nasty one. Great boxing, good kicks, as we saw against Josh Emmett.
I would have put him on the Mount Rushmore in grappling before I even know what he can do inside the octagon. But this kid...
Halle Westphalen, Germany. Oh, I'm surprised he doesn't have Topuria walking out with the Spaniard flag, because he's been fighting out of Spain for quite some time. But I guess because we are playing it's still a testing build, right? This isn't even the full game per se. This is a testing build, and it looks this fucking good. But definitely little things of that nature definitely needs to be adjusted, in my opinion. You know, and maybe if Topuria said the German flag is fine, I guess so. But I think it should be the Spaniard flag. I'm pretty sure he's walked out with the Spaniard flag. And we got Jose! I wish they had run this town. Oh, that Jose walkout. Ooh, the ball man looking clean. I wish EA could have had actual coaches be brought into the corners of well-known fighters, right? You want to see guys like Henry Hooft, you want to see guys like Trevor Whitman, you want to see guys like Eric Nixick, you want to see guys like Eugene Behrman. I think it'd be pretty cool if somewhere down the line they actually get those coaches to come in and mocap them in, or just do it in general, right? Dede Pederneiras, right? Aldo's coach. It would be really cool if they get to do that. See, this guy, he has some mileage on him, bro. He's been fighting forever. I would really like for EA to get a prime Aldo, a prime Aldo. I don't know which one would probably be. Or prime edition in terms of health stat wise and whatnot, because his skills even down at bantamweight were so good.
Welcome to the very first EA Sports UFC 5 gameplay on this channel. Hope you guys are having a fantastic day. As you can see, I am facing Anthony Romero. I am using Ilia Topuria, and Romero is using Jose Aldo. Of course, Romero is one of the best players to ever touch this game. And you guys have been asking if I would be able to upload a match versus him. And as you can see, it has been approved. And here we go, man. A lot of this fight was done
So key thing too, I'm trying to like, when I'm doing like this build and I'm testing and I'm playing, I'm always trying to emulate the fighter and seeing how well it works. But I am noticing like as I'm playing, I'm like, it's really difficult. Mainly that snap jab is really strong, but with some things with the tracking that needs to be adjusted. Oh, that was beautiful though. Beautiful, beautiful counter. Like, I was noticing that the footwork was a bit too forgiving on some of these whiffs, and that's something I would like for them to adjust for sure.
Like, I've been going through some of the fighters to try to figure out the fighters I'm going to be using when I'm trying to have fun versus when I'm trying to be very competitive. And let me tell you, bro, Ilia Topuria feels incredible.
Yes, he does.
We've tested him versus the likes of Conor McGregor, versus the likes of Alexander Volkanovski, and bro, he is a fantastic matchup against every.
I don't believe in this build that we've had access to the leg kicks affecting like the lateral movement as much, which is something I really hope they stick to their word and make work. And that body kick, it was something I was kind of noticing. I'm like, sometimes it's landing and it's not really making the full-on physical contact with the shin, or it's landing a little bit with the foot, but it's getting like the full hit reaction. Like there, that's fine, but I noticed a couple times it doesn't make the full-on physical contact and cause the hit stun. Try to avoid that there. Get caught by a beautiful sequence from Marshall. Slip the overhand. But you see, right, even though I didn't time that counter there with the said overhand, I would have liked for that whip. You see right there, that body kick landed. The overhand, after I slipped it, I would like to see like where it's a little bit harder to still kind of slide back and block. So adjustments still have to be made. And I'm obviously losing this round. He got a big stun off the counter. My stamina is actually getting cooked right now. And then the damage icon appears. So when this damage icon appears and it's damage to the eye, this is going to result, if he keeps targeting the right side of my eye, that's where the damage is at. So jabs, lead high kicks, lead overhands, lead hooks. The more that he lands there, he's going to aggravate that cut and he can get extra damage in that position. It's also going to affect my accuracy stat a bit. So I got to be really careful with Aldo here, and I'm basically just managing risk accordingly.
And you will actually take more damage on that side. So, as you can see, he's been cut on the right side of his face. So every time I attack him on that side, he's actually going to take more damage. It's something new in the game, and it's something to definitely keep an eye on. And again, with the doctor stoppage icon, the more it gets red, it starts off yellow, but the more it gets red, of course, the closer we are to the doctor actually entering the octagon, assessing the cut. If it's bad enough, he might stop it. Boom! Beautiful overhand right there. Overhand to the body shot.
Beautiful.
To the head. Look at that.
Beautiful.
One more time. Boom. All right.
Yo, I'm going to need y'all to be with me when I tell y'all that Marshall always undersells himself as a really good player. He is much better than he gives himself credit for. That was a beautiful sequence of combinations. So now, I recognize that I'm already down one round. I have to be careful with Ilia Topuria's inside boxing, which is why I'm trying to lower the health on his legs, right? And you guys can see, right, you know, we both threw a lot, you know. My stamina took a little bit more of a hit than his did, but I still think that the return fire in between rounds has been a lot. But he did land some clean body work, tries to go to the body there, gets nailed by the good old-fashioned wombo combo. And with Jose Aldo, he has a level 5 double flying knee. So I'm really looking to use that double flying knee if the opportunity presents itself. A lot of times I'm trying to break the rhythm of Marshall, trying to get him to read certain things as well, because this is a good process. Notice, I go for the slip counter, I miss it, and I preemptively move my head out of the way after I go for the slip counter. So it's something that Aldo, Max Holloway, Volkanovski, they do this a lot, so they avoid return fire after they go for a missed counter. See that? There, I feinted the shot, got the lead hook reaction, so I have the mental awareness there. But beautiful slip cross counter from Marshall there.
So the kicks become very, very dangerous to throw. Right there, he throws that beautiful combo, left hook, cross, left hook. I look for the overhand again. He goes uppercut. Right there, I get rocked. I get rocked again. Flying knee, watch me again. Oh, the barrage of right here. I get sucked down.
And here's the thing. If you notice, those icons appeared. And when those icons appear, you see the one that's right next to the eye, that's referring to the lungs. And when the lung icon appears, it affects the short-term stamina recovery of the person who's received that icon during that time, and it's yellow. So what that means is, during that time, when your short-term stamina is recovering, you have increased bleed-through damage that can happen. It is much harder for you to stay in exchanges. You have to be really careful when you're throwing. Now, we're down on the ground, so I'm not able to posture up and land too much damage and strikes. He's able to recover down in guard. The game lags a little bit. It's not the game itself. I think it's Marshall's connection. You know, he's a busy guy, has a lot of electronics there. So it's definitely not my connection. It's definitely Marshall's. But this is a good competitive round. Got the knockdown to kind of return from that really bad round one. Still being really careful. Notice I'm not trying to throw too much. If I'm going to throw something, it needs to land on something, because having a big heavy whiff against somebody like a Marshall is going to cost me. Like the cross. New lead overhand animation from Jose Aldo. I love that. There's that new rear hook animation from Jose Aldo. He has the high level rear hook, as well as a high level lead body hook. I believe Topuria, he has also a high level rear hook, but his animation looks dumb clean. Like, it's really sneaky. And he tries to clinch me. Ooh, and right there, right, at the end second of the round, that icon, the same one that affects his stamina recovery, turned red. Now, we've already established earlier in this video that the stamina needs to get tweaked again, and EA definitely did notice that. That should really have affected his stamina recovery in between the rounds, especially because it got to that set point. So I'm wondering, with regards to tuning stamina recovery between rounds when something breaks, how much of a percentage of the long term should be affected with regards to recovery. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. But we're here in round 3 against Marshall. Goes with the cross. I thought he was going to go straight lead uppercut. I sidestep the cross counter, and I'm able to land when he has low short-term stamina. Opens up the nose injury again. Try to tell him a slip inside lead hook counter, but it kind of disappeared. But, you know, that's what happens with these builds. We're at 720p 60. Oh, yeah, we can go 4K, but we'll go 1080p. 4K be crazy. Should slow down my damn laptop. Okay, and I'm gonna give y'all a little tip. When y'all miss a counter and your short-term stamina is low, that is usually when players are looking to target you there. Woo! Hold on, we gotta run that back. Okay, because a lot of stuff could have went wrong for me there, but it went really good for me, right? So we're gonna pay attention to this exchange. So he goes for the slip straight. He's at a short-term stamina disadvantage, right? So his is recovering a little bit slower. He goes 1, 2, 3. There's the bleed through, right? Because my block is low. I have a lot of damage already on the right side of my face. So he gets a nice clean one through the block. I return fire back. He goes for the jab. Remember the rule about the stamina. And here, this is something I don't like. They gotta fix this. I go to duck. The duck is already aimed there, but I don't know if it's an accuracy thing. But the straight lands on me and it hit stuns me. And I'm like, oh, you gotta be kidding me. However, look at the icon though. The icon is preventing his short-term stamina to recover fast. So he goes for this overhand. Look at my stamina and look at Marshall's stamina. So when I go and I fire off this cross, I'm going to win this exchange. And I stun him real hard. Yeah, okay, I see. I definitely see what needs to get adjusted here. See right there how it's gotten red to that point. That long-term stamina bar should also get affected by the nose breaking. I think that it should be when it's like green or, you know, it's early. It's like about a 5% decrease on a long-term bar. When it's yellow, it should be 10 to 15% decrease on a long-term bar during that round. And then when it's red, it should be about 25% reduction or 20% reduction on the long-term portion of the bar. Now there, Marshall does a fantastic job of reversing the arm triangle attempt, gets the mount, I'm able to escape, tries to go to full mount one more time. I'm thinking about the Kimura from here, but at the same time, I don't want to risk him denying it and then going for an arm triangle. Marshall has some pretty nasty submissions. I go up to sprawl. It's a very fast transition that I'm looking to do here. We're familiar with the meta here since UFC 4. But I thought I was close, and motherfucker got me in the guillotine counter. Very strong entry. So watch the mind games here, right? I deny. He tries to go straight for the sub. And now this time, I actually go for the escape. I got full GA after I denied it. But I waited a half second because I know Marshall's going to try to key in on that denial. But really good mind games on both of our parts. They're trying to set up the TBS system. See, with the grappling on the ground, we need more positions. Like, we need more positions. I do love everything with the TBS, but I would love to see more positions on the ground. Maybe a little bit more locomotion involved in general, as well as, you know, some clinch changes. More positions in the clinch. Like, we have clinch positions, but we need a lot more. That's my opinion. Not even my opinion. That's just facts. Not even my opinion. That's facts. And now I'm throwing a lot. Short-term stamina is going to take a little bit of time for him. He goes for the guillotine again. Now here, he's going to go for the struggle mechanic holding R1. And I opt to race it. Look at my stamina though. But I'm able to escape it. I timed the race correctly. And I was able to escape into half guard. So like I told y'all, if your stamina is at 0 short-term stamina, you're not exactly screwed. It becomes more of an issue if you're getting denied. And then they go for it and they get full GA. But if they go for it right away, you know, after they've cooked you, you still have a chance to go.
How much stamina your opponent has left. Of course, your submission defense stat and all that. It could take up to 3 submission.
New uppercut animation, the lead uppercut.
Right now we have a submission bar, right? So if you're, but keep in mind that one-shot submissions are possible in UFC 5. So if you have a significant stamina lead and your opponent is not careful and they don't respect you and
yeah, so this oh damn, I forgot. Damn, I be doing shit I forget I be doing. Oof. That would have been a bad trade if I continued there.
by one shot I mean they go for the first submission, lock it in, and you're gone. You're dead.
Okay, I see the problem. I see the problem. So I think y'all, I want y'all to be with me on this when I'm going to bring this up to EA, right? That icon with regards to the short-term stamina, while it is affecting things during the fight with exchanges, it's not affecting enough in between rounds. I want EA to make the long-term stamina drain be present in between rounds when the icon is popping up like that, because stamina's way too high in there. Bleeds through, lands a nice head kick. I think it's like a level 3 head kick. So I'm like, yo, I'm getting busted up right now. I need to start throwing in the takedown threat. Y'all know Aldo. He got the takedown threat. Took down Cheeto. Took down Ralph Font. Took down Chain Sung Jung. Oh my gosh. Woo-wee! Yeah, and that icon, the doctor stoppage icon, is turning. I'm surprised the doctor wasn't in yet at this point, but it's bloodied up. Whew. They also gotta tweak the takedown entries. I do feel like the takedown itself feels so slow if you're not in this range, so that's something they really gotta adjust. There, I feel like it should have been a lot harder for him to block there after that big whiff and return back. That needs to get adjusted. But overall, this is a great fight. Ah, I dunked that. Yo, I dunked that. Yeah, move it.
Oh, he goes for the wombo combo. That jab into the hook, into the jab. That is a freaking nasty combination that very good, very high level players will throw at you. He tries to enter.
Oh yeah.
Tries to enter a guillotine, a rear naked choke, but I'm denying that.
Whew, what a round. So we definitely see where it needs to get some work for the game for sure before launch. Playing smooth, but stamina adjustments, tracking adjustments. But this is a fun fight. I can't even front. Look at the elbows in the ground and pound. Yeah, and usually at this point, like if I see our icons there, he knew I was going to go for the elbow, and he got up. So they adjusted the ground and pound. This build does have an adjustment. Oh, God. Jeez. Whoa! Oh, my Lord. So they adjusted the ground and pound where, like, if your short-term stamina is really bad and you throw the strike, you're more likely to actually get reversed or an escape happen in a position. UFC 4, it was too easy to get the reversal off of the first strike. So that was the adjustment there. And it's good to see it in action. And right here, my mentality was like, damn, bro. Like, I just got rocked that round. I know I stunned him too. Could be 2-2. Could be... Oh, my God. Look at the cut.
Look at that. Like, very surprised the doctor did not step in on that one. Of course, he's got his corner checking on him. Like, are you okay, man? You can do this.
We got to bring the dogs out.
They didn't clean this man up.
We got to bring the dogs out.
Look at the map, bro.
And I thought about my damn, I got to be careful. And it's somewhere.
And if I land one...
And let me tell y'all something, though, before we keep going. I was thinking to myself, because we were on Messenger, we're talking about oh, damn, man, I'm kind of busted up. I got to be smart here. I'm like, wait a minute. You're just as hurt as I am. And that's where my mentality switched. But right now, this is what I'm going to say. After all of the damage that we sustained over the course of these 4 rounds, our long-term stamina should not be like this, right? I know these are conditioned athletes. Obviously, this is like the best version of Aldo we can get. Best version of Topuria. I understand that. They're the 1% of the 1% of the athletes in MMA. I understand that. However, with the damage that we took, the icons that appeared, and everything of that nature, this is too high. We should be at about 50%. Like, 50, and maybe to be generous, 60%. Long-term bar of stamina after all that damage happened. We're at about 75. I think I'm about like close to like 80, 75, 80-ish. Same thing with him. That's too high right now in a war like this. So with EA, this is where we need to see the adjustment with the stamina correlating to the damage. And if they tune this properly, this game is going to be on fire. So we're going to let this play out right here.
Shot, one left hook on that side, his face is going to get opened up all over again. Right now, they cleaned him up just a little bit. But man, one left hook, and that face is going to get busted open again.
Woo!
Oh, and right here, he loses, he decides, okay, I'm done. And I believe he got the finish right here. He tees off. Herb D, stop the fight. Herb, stop.
Oh, Herb D, fall.
The fight is over.
Now, and that's the one thing I'll say, though. At least now, I think we got, did I get 2 knockdowns?
Talking to each other, and he literally said, bro, what am I even doing? I just remembered that you're just as hurt as I am. And I was like, oh, shit, here we go. Just teed off. And got that finish. But here we go, man. Hope you guys enjoyed.
Yeah, he actually mentioned it. That's funny.
Major thanks to EA for allowing me to upload a full fight to the channel. And they will actually allow me to upload a few more. If you guys are excited about that, feel free to subscribe if you haven't already. Leave a like on the video. And I will see you guys tomorrow with a brand new one. As always, thank you so much for watching. And thanks to Anthony Romero for helping me record these matches. I'll see you as always.
Okay. Wait.
Have a good one, boys.
Alright, so like right now, right? Okay, this is the fight stats. He's showing the fight stats right now. So obviously, like the best with Aldo, career-wise, like he's thrown, I think it was like 287 or 284, something like that, against Chad Mendes in a 5-round fight where he had gotten knocked down as well, right? And this is also including strikes on the ground. I would really like for them to separate ground strikes from standing strikes. So this just goes total strikes. I would like for them to separate that because it makes the numbers much more believable. Like in terms of like where you see where most of this is being thrown. But I got 4 knockdowns there. Really after the 3rd or 4th one, it was definitely hard to follow up. But I got 8 stuns, 4 knockdowns. Much better than UFC 4 where like you need like 7 knockdowns or 8 knockdowns sometimes. And it took only the 4th knockdown took that point with somebody who has high health stats. I get that. But the part of the reason for the survival is because the long-term stamina was too high. So what is going to be our criticism to make sure this gets tuned up? We need to make sure that the icons are affecting the long-term recovery in between rounds as the fight progresses. We also need to have some adjustments to forward moving strikes, making sure that guys aren't able to glide out of range as easily. I definitely think, accuracy as well, because that's going to affect the defense of some players. I would also say the takedown ranges need to get adjusted based on what I've seen, and after seeing what myself was doing, like, shot is too slow. It's a little bit too slow. You have to be this close to really get a shot off, and a lot of time when you see guys with fast reactive shots, they don't need to be this close. They can be about this far and shoot the shot and make an entry in. So, but overall, this was a very fun fight to showcase alongside with Marshall. I believe we're gonna have a couple more. We're gonna have one. We've got a couple good ones in, and I really enjoyed being able to help out. Obviously, thank you for EA allowing us to show the fights that we've had, and I'm really happy that these fights are helping EA get the game into the right direction, because without them being able to see where the game is at when it's being played at a really high level, it's hard, bro. You need to get an accurate representation of what needs to get fixed. So this was a great fan-friendly fight, great all around. We see where the adjustments need to be made, but I would very much like this fight. Obviously, thank you, Marshall Mind, for uploading this on your channel, showing the boys some love, and we're obviously gonna have some more fights soon. So, RomeroXVII, I appreciate all of you. I'm out of here.